we are in the conference finals, and we have got series. There was a worry after the first 2 games in the West when OKC went 2-0 up. We thought this might be a rout. In the East, when the Pacers went 2-0 up on the road, we thought, okay, let's watch it. But we saw Minnesota get a game back. We saw the Knicks get a game back yesterday.
Houston, we have a series, bro.
Houston, we have a series. We do have a series. If Minnesota managed to get game 4 and the Knicks managed to get game 4, then they're going 7. They are going 7.
I did say 6 or 7. Man.
You did 6. I said 5 or 6. But I didn't think Knicks would lose both their games. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the Knicks, blood.
Yeah,
it's the Knicks.
So how do you think? What's your assessment series been so far? What's your thoughts on Tyrese Halliburton? I know we've talked about him before, but he's one of them guys now, no?
Yeah, he is that guy. I think the choke celebration,
iconic.
Reggie Miller looking at him like Palpatine, blood. It was pure basketball.
Bro, you got Shaq saying free his dad. Do you know what I mean? He's now one of those guys. He's in the discourse.
Yeah,
he's talking about Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, that's gonna be looked at in 30 for 30s when they decide to do this one day to talk about the 2024 5 Pacers.
Yeah, bro, if they win the chip, he's there. He's front and
They
center.
don't have to win a chip. Reggie Miller didn't win a chip. That's a moment.
Halliburton has to win a chip.
No, why? Reggie Miller didn't win a chip.
I think the Pacers have got a great chance to win the chip this year.
I think
they've got a really good chance.
So do I. But I'm saying, I'm saying Halliburton's moment doesn't have to
have a chip with it.
Yeah.
Depends on what he
That's
does.
a moment with Reggie Miller in the building.
Yeah.
Question.
That's a moment for Pacers, bro. And Freddie Gibbs and them, man.
Yeah.
Has Halliburton surpassed Paul George?
No, what the hell? Paul George
at the Pacers.
At the Pacers, no. Paul George at the Pacers.
If you say no,
how many?
you might have to win a chip.
No.
KWEKU'S right.
Tyrese Halliburton, has he passed Paul George?
No, he hasn't, because Paul George made multiple conference finals.
And this is the second conference finals for Halliburton.
Yeah, I know, but Paul George was considered one of the best players in the league at the time.
Yeah, Paul George in the
there's niggas that grew up saying that.
In the 13-14 season, Paul George was that guy, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I remember on 2K.
Post Fergie, Paul
2K,
George, bro.
Who was on this flipping team? Tall nigga.
David, what's his face?
Yeah, David West. And then you had George Hill at the point, and then you had Lance Stevenson, and you had somebody else, bro. What's his name?
Roy Hibbert.
You had Roy Hibbert, bro. That was a team, bro.
Yeah,
that was, and Paul George was sick.
The man used to run through the East, except for LeBron.
Yeah, but it's LeBron. How many Eastern Conference Finals did Paul George get to with the Pacers? Because I think you're right. If he gets to the finals, I think if Halliburton gets to the finals after this run in the playoffs, yeah, he's a great at Pacers.
If he gets to
yeah, bro. That's who you expect him to get to the finals. Bro, come on, man.
I don't think that's a metric yet.
Has Paul George got a more iconic moment than that in the Pacers jersey than Halliburton? No, he hasn't.
No, because Reggie Miller was there, and it felt like Reggie Miller was giving him the keys.
It was Indiana heritage. It was,
yeah.
And then his
Michael Jackson watched it.
Paul George has 3 appearances.
Michael Jackson watched it. It's insane.
Paul George has 3 appearances in the conference final.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his career.
That's his career.
But 2 was with the Pacers.
2 probably, or 1 with the Pacers maybe.
No, I remember you went back to back, because I remember watching Game of Zones, and you remember where they done the. Do you know when Arya, with the phrase when she killed the phrase, right?
Yeah.
They done that scene with the East and LeBron and them managers every year, it being the same people thinking they've got a chance at the East, and
Paul George has
done it twice. He's done it twice.
Okay, well Halliburton's done it twice now. He's got a more iconic moment.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't feel right because Paul George was a better player at the time in the scope of the NBA compared to Tyrese Halliburton. But Tyrese Halliburton,
was he?
Yes, because Paul George was a top 5 player at the time, and no one's saying Tyrese Halliburton's a top 5 player now. I'm not saying he can't be, not saying he won't be, but during that time, no,
top 5 player in that time.
No, yes, during 2030, yes, he was, bro. Yeah, in that era, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Was he better than Melo?
Yeah, no. Okay, no. All right, no.
He wasn't better than Melo.
No.
He wasn't better than Melo.
Okay, so what we're talking 2013, 14, 15.
2013 time.
Brother, Paul George was top 5 or top 10?
Top 10, not top 5.
No, okay, top 5 back then. I say LeBron.
Because he weren't better than
KD, Melo.
Yes.
Kobe.
Nah.
No, not 2013.
Not 2013.
Top 5, no.
Top 5, Kobe in 2013.
No.
I can't bring myself to agree.
Kobe sounds are so funny, man. They're so like almost like.
I was gonna say
I
something.
like
I
getting
was,
niggas tattooed, bro. Like,
I was gonna say something crazy.
Yeah, don't. So LeBron in that era, LeBron, I'd have Melo.
I would have Paul George, bro. Paul George was such a. There's players, yeah.
He was
Have you
so
seen?
talented.
Have you seen? Okay, I couldn't tell you which young nigga, yeah. But have you seen them young niggas that are growing up playing basketball now? And a lot of them would say like, "Who's your favorite player growing up?" And a lot of them would say Paul George,
Of course, bro.
Paul George's prime was crazy because he done it both ways, bro. Do you remember many times where he was just pulling up like Curry, bro? Do you remember?
But I'll put Paul George on the same level where Ant is right now, right? Yeah, that's where he would have been. Ant's not a top 5 player in the league, but he's so impactful, and he's that nigga that people love. Yeah, bro, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I don't feel right, but it's the same thing. Conference finals, probably going to go out of the conference finals. Like, you're an exciting dunker, that young nigga that people are looking up to. Bro, if Ant has a Paul George career, people grow up and say, Ant was my guy. Do you know what I mean? Because he is that kind of guy. It's the same trajectory at this age. Same thing.
Anthony Davis
that?
follow through. That guy was playing
Who?
with the Team USA.
Who?
AD.
Yeah.
He didn't even blossom like we thought.
Yeah.
Well, AD, but he won a chip.
He won a
And he was
chip.
the best player on the team. I know they gave LeBron the MVP. AD was
Did he win a chip?
2020.
bubble. And he was the best player in the bubble. He was. He was fucking cold.
Yeah, he
And they gave LeBron the MVP because it's LeBron.
Yeah,
but
nigga, damn.
no,
Yeah, it was a nigga damn chip because.
he won a chip. He won, What are we talking about?
Oh,
He won a chip and he's like one of the best.
oh.
But the bubble was the highest level of basketball.
So is LeBron on 3 chips then?
He's on 4.
Yeah,
so.
exactly, because the bubble counts. Like I like to bring it in when I want to do the Jordan LeBron debate, but like it's a chip. You can't take
Yeah,
away.
you can't take away that.
Can't take away the chip.
No, I do. The Paul George thing is interesting because I do remember that era of basketball and like
He was
watching.
the guy. He was the Paul George was the guy.
No, but Paul George was a top 5. Ah, to know.
Top 5. He wasn't top 5.
Was this is a good question? He was
Bro,
insane, bro.
He was sick. But I think even if he went on to 2K and looked at the ratings, he
Yes.
wouldn't be in
Okay.
top
Cool.
5. Yeah, go- yeah, do
Yes.
that. Yeah,
This
do
is
that.
this.
Do that.
This will help us. This will help
Yeah,
us.
dude, go to
Give me
2K rating.
2K14
2K14. Yeah,
Yeah.
14. 2K14.
NBA 2K14 top players. Guarantee you.
I got it.
You got it.
Oh shit, Kobe's in top 5.
Legacy.
Shut up, man. All right, cool. LeBron 1,
Yeah.
KD 2,
Yeah.
Chris Paul 3,
Yeah.
Kobe 4,
Yeah.
Melo, same with Kobe,
Yeah.
Derrick Rose,
Yeah. Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, Russell Westbrook,
yeah.
Dwight Howard.
Yeah. He ain't there yet. Like he was. Bro- Where is he?
83.
Paul George was 83.
Yeah, man. He
was 37.
That was actually.
No, okay, wait.
Don't think
No, okay,
that's
2K16. Which one was he on the cover on?
Okay, 16 is different. It's later. It was later.
Which one was he in the cover on? 2K17?
I don't know, but when I'm talking about when he was getting to conference finals, that was like 2K14.
17.
17.
Yeah, but he wasn't getting to conference finals. 17. Is he even? Pace is still at 17.
Yeah, he's 89 though.
Yeah, that's 17. That's not when he was getting conference finals. That was a different conversation.
God, is there ever a 2K that he was a top 10?
Nah, man, because he was never a top 5 player in the league ever. He was so excited. He was sick.
Yeah, 2K15, top 5. He joined with Kobe and Kevin Love
Okay, cool. I'll give
at
you.
89.
But okay, you can have that one.
Chris Paul's been in the top 10.
But like, bro,
Yeah, because Chris Paul was
bro,
the best point guard in the league for years.
Yeah, like Paul George was good, but I think we're adding some juice on it.
Damn.
We are.
Right.
But it's just that, bro. I love. He was my favorite player. Like one of my favorite players. He was sick.
You got
But
I remember so well. Like, how
I'm old.
Nah,
I'm old.
Nah,
I was
but
at
the
uni.
thing, I remember too, but like I was watching basketball there, but at the time it felt it.
Bro, right now it feels like Ant's a top 5 player. But if you actually
Yeah,
Ant
but because
ain't
I've
top
seen
5
something like this before.
Who's the top 5 players right now?
Giannis, Jokic,
Shea.
yeah, just on the MVP.
Giannis, Jokic, Shea.
Jason Tatum,
Yeah.
and
No, Luke. You can't put him above Luka. Like Luka got to the finals last year.
yeah, Luka, I guess.
Luka and Steph's better than that.
Steph's better than them still.
So like, but to these young niggas, yeah, they will feel that, like we felt that Ant is a top 5 player. They'll feel it, but if you were to go back and look at it, he's not.
Yeah, true. It's crazy, isn't it?
Bro, life is crazy. I miss those days. Bro, Paul George and Pacers was so.
We're starting to
fucking-
get old, bro. I
we're
think
starting
what
to
this
get
episode
old.
has told me is that like
We're old, man.
like
We're old.
everybody's changing, man.
you don't know how good Paul
Yeah.
Bro, that's gonna be
Yeah.
you don't know how good 2030.
Adnan Januzaj, blood. I was there.
I was there.
I was
You don't know how
there.
good these players are, bro. We're getting old.